Yo guys, what's up? Yes, they just released an announcement for this upcoming PvP, and that is the tags and the terrain for the upcoming Master League Season 2. And yes, I've predicted it. I talked about it, especially when I saw that new Gundam, High New Gundam banner and Destiny. Yep, Lightning Fast is back. Not back. It's actually the first time Lightning Fast is coming. And if you see here, there is one tag that's gonna bring back a menace from the past, and that is, yep, Strike Freedom is coming back with lacus Klein, and they gonna wreak havoc again in the PvP. So non-Strike Freedom users like me, yeah, just get ready to get wrecked. But especially there's one thing about this tag that's kind of makes it so. We'll talk about the team builds or any preparation you can do for the upcoming PvP, right? So nothing else they say, only that one. So let's get down to it. First, of course, we're gonna go with the protagonist tag first, just to actually kind of get some insight of what kind of units is available from the protagonist tag. Let's go with here. We go with protagonist. There's a lot of unit actually, and yes, Zeta P3 is here. So at least one. I think it's one. Yeah, Caswell is Caswell. Caswell considered okay. So it's two. Two of these units are actually protagonist units. So that's one. If you are playing with powering up this ultimate UR unit, you can actually have a good free unit, and then Ray is no, it's Reiji, right? Yeah, Reiji's unit is also protagonist, and Ariel and Barbatos. Barbatos is actually both protagonist and lightning fast. We'll talk about lightning fast after this. Um, we have Destiny again, both protagonist and lightning fast. Exia, and then of course like Freedom is here, and then the Crossbone. Yes, and for the tank we have another one which is narrative, and now is on space, so narrative gonna has its own chance to actually shine. And then we have of course our Unicorn Gundam. By the way, in the upcoming, because it's gonna be lightning fast, I do think the PvP banner gonna bring up the Unicorn Gundam this time, because the first one was new Gundam, right? For the protagonists and rivals, so it's gonna be like I do think they're gonna bring up Unicorn for the standard banner with Kudelia. Yes, I think it's gonna be Unicorn and Kudelia, and then we have Zeta, Lesigne, and Striker, and yeah, Char is considered as protagonist here, and finally Easy 8, and also the Gundam. Okay, as for the SSR, actually there's a lot of SSR unit you can get from the protagonist tag, and yes, our boy Superior Gundam is actually also SSR tag, right? There's one. Double Zeta is also this tag, and Wing Zero is this tag. The good thing, Astray is this tag, and Astray, I think Astray is actually, oh, it's a one-shot killer. So if you want to make a one-shot killer tank, you can bring Astray. But if you realize there's one unit that's, we know that this guy gonna go around, right? Strike Freedom gonna go around and wreak havoc, and one unit that actually can at least still try to fight back Strike Freedom is not here, and it's because it's coming from the rival stack. So Hyperion Gundam is not here. Previously, it can hold its own ground against Strike Freedom, but I know, yes, the null thing actually neglects any damage reduction, but Hyperion is such a tank. Like the thing is, Hyperion is such a tank, so it can stand its ground against Freedom, and also in the first PvP, actually they don't always use the EX ability, so that time Hyperion can actually stood its ground. Okay, so but currently I think they prioritize on using the EX ability, so you're gonna need a tank with a very high HP, and that might actually go to narrative. And also, no, not this one is defense, and Gundam is like HP. So it's more like, I do think Gundam makes more sense actually if you want to tank damage from freedom. Again, the evasion doesn't really matter because again, the EX skill ignores evasion and everything, right? So, protagonist tag, we have aerial, we have yeah, the normal freedom, the meteor freedom, wing is here again. Yes, I said that, and perfect strike is here. So, actually, compared to the previous one with you know, protagonist and rival tag, the option is actually pretty limited, and I'm not sure. This one big rank, okay. I thought it was Falwalo, and I was like, hey, why is Falwalo isn't protagonist? No, it's not protagonist, okay. So Jigquax gonna be one of the, you know, main thing around, and this guy is not gonna be useful. So Blue's Destiny not gonna be useful, cannot go in space, right? Yes, and finally Full Banyan gonna have its own time to shine, with its, you know, its massive attack, man. It's almost 13,000. Yeah, Full Banyan gonna have its time, and Full Banyan is also lightning fast unit, so yeah, that's one. So Full Banyan, Superior Gundam, Superior, the thing is about Superior is like it's limited, okay? So Full Banyan can actually fill that role. I do feel that Full Banyan can fill that Superior's role, if you don't have Superior at Limit Break 3, okay? For the Dragoon Strike, I don't think it's that good. Actually, I tried in the mission, it's like, it's kind of disappointing. I just go for Strike Forward. It's kind of disappointing compared to the other protagonists, SSR. The Red Gundam is pretty okay. The one is actually, Dark Horse is actually, this aerial is actually Dark Horse, but I do think it's safer for you to actually use aerial with a supporter pilot. It's kind of sending a weird position, but yeah, it actually is pretty okay, but it's pretty good to be honest. But I do feel like it's not as a main damage dealer, but it's more like a sub DPS kind of role, right? Then we have, of course, Barbatos. Barbatos is tough as nail, not lightning fast, but this one has a insanely high power for this one, 6,000. But personally, overall stats, I do still prefer Superior and Full Banyan, but that's one thing. This guy is also, it's only 10%, never mind. I will still go with the Full Banyan and Superior, seriously. Then what do we have here? Yes, this guy is also lightning fast actually. Destiny Gundam is great. I tried this guy, only at Limit Break 0, it actually can tank on the Expert 4, and we know that Expert 4 from the SNL load has a very high damage, and because of this variable safe armor thing, it actually can defense quite. It's a very tanky. It's actually surprisingly tanky unit, and also the thing is, it also hits quite hard actually because it has a pretty powerful extreme blast mode, and the high energy long range beams is actually pretty bonkers. But again, this guy is anti-physical tank, so be careful in that. But if it can use the extreme blast, it's awesome, alright? Because it can critical, it has a respectable attack for the tank. So yeah. Then there's not much actually other than that. I'm surprised that protagonist tag is not that much in the SSR, and more like UR kind of thing again because it's the gacha game, right? Of course they're gonna put the protagonist in the UR thing. So yeah, that's, oh yeah. The other one is another Dark Horse is actually Oberon. Oberon is surprisingly strong on the melee, so that's that, right? Wait, apparently Destiny Impulse is not here. Oh yeah, by the way, of course, the Freedom is here, right? It's surprisingly strong with this 11,000 attack power, and this like 6,000 damage. So yeah, he's here. And the interesting one's gonna be we gonna see a real fight between two of the best two of the best 3 DPS, because I will say Zeta is still much stronger. Because in raw power, yeah, Zeta is really, really strong because of the synergy with the character, right? So we're gonna see a head to head between the High New Gundam and the Strike Freedom. It's gonna be interesting because High New has more AOE and Strike Freedom has more range right off the bat. But I do think that High New Gundam pilot is actually better. So let's see on that. But the real damage dealer, the real killer will always be still Zeta. But the problem with Zeta is like actually a slower mobility. Most likely Strike Freedom gonna move first, so we prepare a very strong tank. I might actually try to use narrative again because I just like narrative, but again, it doesn't see much, because in the last season it cannot really do anything. Okay, now on this second tag, let's see what's gonna happen on the second tag. Actually, second tag, this one's much more interesting because the lightning fast got a lot of love in this patch. And first of all, Barbatos, of course, and yep, Destiny is here. No, second Destiny. Force Impulse is here, and Unicorn is here. Probably this one's gonna be the banner, and then the High New and High New, sorry, High New, New, and Zeta is here, and also Casval Gundam is here. Who is this? Mark II, doesn't care. Okay, so the SSR part of this is actually this one. Destiny Impulse is one of the strongest free SSR we have. It's like a very, very high melee damage. You can see the potential here is 12,000, and that is, I think, that is before the Vigor condition. So if you have someone with a Vigor increase, Setsuna, yep, if you put it with Setsuna, and you see a lot of people actually has this physical weapon reduced damage taken. Yeah, if you see a lot of people using physical, this guy can work. And then again, the attack is actually it's a beam, so it's might be actually quite hard to fight against the likes of New Gundam. But at least with this high power 5.2, very respectably high damage output, this guy can hit like a truck. So yep, currently it's on the event, so make sure you actually get this guy at least to 3-star. Destiny Impulse, awesome unit. Okay, and the other one is Destiny. I have mentioned before, and Destiny is a very good tank. If you see more physical damage dealer, you can get him out. And yep, nothing much. I just told you guys why so good about Destiny Gundam, right? The other one, I would still say Zakutri. I still prefer Zakutri. Is one of the better tanks. Here's one of the reason. You see here that case increased HP. So against Kira Yamato, it might actually cancel 5. Queen Manta, it lacks on the defense. Wait, let me see on that. So yeah, here's the thing. Zakutri has more defense and HP compared to the Queen Manta, which actually, I think it's almost the same HP, but less defense. I think, wait, 9, and this one is like 10,000. Yeah, so it's more defensive than Queen Manta. So that's that. I do prefer Zakutri compared to Queen Manta, but let's see. I might actually, if I want to go the lightning fast, and if we got any lightning fast ship, it will be great, because we can go with like whatever happened with the Dr. J, right? I do hope we have one. Thunderbolt is coming. I do think we're gonna have something related to lightning fast again with the Thunderbolt. So fingers crossed. Hopefully we got a SSR ship, because the current SSR ship is only Kishilia Sabi for that tech, the lightning fast, and the UR is very hard to actually get this Cordelia. I don't have both. I like this tech, but I don't have both, right? So another support you can actually see here is, yes, the old Astray Blue, but I do think Astray Blue is a bit quite balanced. It does have a very quite high attack and high mobility, but since it's actually focused more on melee, it's a bit risky to use. But it actually increase the spatial. No, yeah, this one is physical weapon. Sorry, physical, right? And this one is special weapon. Okay, here's the thing about this guy. If you're playing lightning fast, most likely either you use Zeta or you use High New. And well, if you use High New, it actually use beam and physical damage. So increased physical damage is gonna be very very welcome for the High New Gundam. So spatial is not really good. So funnily enough, New Gundam is not really a good support for High New Gundam because of the special. You better run with another unit actually. One of them is Astray. Astray is very good support with it, and the other one is going to be, yep, Freedom Meteor. Freedom Meteor have a defense down right off the bat, and I think here is a beam. Oh no, both are defense down, which is very good because you don't need to care about much, right? Freedom Gundam is gonna good support on that. The other option is Perfect Strike. Perfect Strike actually has, I think, beam. Yep, it has beam and physical both, so Perfect Strike is a nice choice to actually have as for the supporters. But my personal favorite for supports, lightning fast support, is actually Zeta Gundam. This guy is a long range, good enough attack, and right off the bat he has this one 30%, but accuracy is not that good, to be honest. So you might want to think about that. But I do really like Zeta Gundam. The thing is, I didn't go with SP 100, so I'm not really sure how it's gonna roll. The other option is the new Sazabi. Yes, Sazabi is a very good unit, but the thing is, it doesn't work well with the High New because of the special weapon. Again, the special weapon is a bit limitation on the High New. I think they purposely make him like that, so you try to mix it with other units. So best one still, I do think Astray Blue is gonna be great. Freedom with direct just defense down, and Perfect Strike is actually a very good option as well because it's beam down. So yeah, these two is a good option. And we go back to the, wait a minute, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Qbili. Qbili, the thing is about Qbili, this one is a bit kind of overshadowed by the WZ Qbili. But the thing is, like, this guy has a defense down like out of bat, so if you don't really like strike freedom, freedom with the cannon, you might actually go with this one, right? Because again, the big unit not really up to everybody's cup of tea. Right, we gonna talk about the other attacker. I do think again, Full Banyan is here. I don't need to talk about him anymore. This guy is great, very strong. And the other option, okay, Destiny is here. Actually, this guy, yep, Nightingale is fall under this one, lightning fast type. So I do personally think Nightingale is pretty good unit overall. It's like, let's say, it's more like a cheap. I don't think it's a poor man's High New Gundam. Because again, this Mega Rifle, he has a Mega Rifle, he has a final with crit increase, again 4,500 with crit increase, and the last Mega Beam is 5,520. So this one a berserker kind of type. So and you see his attack is 11,000 with increased accuracy. So these guys actually for the SSR pretty good, and you see mobility is quite low, which might actually be good sometimes in PvP because you want someone to clean up. Remember, you do not have Sazabi here, right? So your option is Nightingale. Nightingale is good late game cleaner. It moves fast and it can actually deal a lot of damage. It has potential. Attack might not actually as big as a Full Banyan, but it has more capabilities in attack. So I mean the weapons, like for Full Banyan, the weapons like 520. So I do think it's a 2-4 range, and so Nightingale has a bigger range, and that's what's gonna make it kind of different. And one of the unit that I usually use before is actually Hyakushiki, but the problem is like I do think Hyakushiki got being offered, power crap. I would say it's power crap by the likes of Full Banyan and the likes of Nightingale. Okay, so yep, that's all. I do things like very interesting, and I think we will see more lightning fast unit in the upcoming Thunderbolt story mission, and I do really hope we gonna get a ship there. So let me know what you think about the upcoming text. I do think at first I was like, oh my god, protagonist again, and then when I look about it again, like, yeah, maybe it's not that bad to be honest. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of UR in the protagonist tag, but there's also a lot of UR in the previous UC tag, so we can't really avoid people who are actually wailing and stuff. We just need to try to play it smart a little bit and see what happens. Okay, so yeah, that's all for me today, and see you next time. Bye bye.